G'day, Mike, old fellas travels. I'm not sure if you can hear me very well with the surf and the wind, but I decided to come down Preston Beach for a bit of a fish. But today wasn't the day. It's really windy and there's weed everywhere, and I've had a bit of fish, of course, nothing but weed, but I thought, oh, I head along the coast a bit more, and then it looked like starting to get a bit soft, so I thought I'd turn around. And it's my first time driving down on Preston Beach, so I don't really know it. So a little bit of my own dumbness, I suppose, but I thought it'd be right. The DMax is handling it really well, but I still only got the showroom tyres on. So I've done myself a mischief. I've got myself stuck trying to turn around, but I'm getting out. I've had one crack of the max tracks there, and here's crack number 2, so we'll see how we go and see if we can't get out of this mess, eh? Well, g'day guys, Mike, old fellas travels. On the beach again. Different beach this morning. Fishing was absolutely no good yesterday, and I got stuck on the beach for about an hour. And it was a fair drive in. So we've come out to a different, beautiful day today. It was raining like merry hell when I left Perth, but it's absolutely stunning now. And it doesn't look to be much weed here either. But I didn't bring any bait with me because I actually thought the weather would be any good to fish today, so my bad. But there's a couple of spots along here. There's not much swell pushing in there. Bit of a trough, I'd say. I might come down with a lure and just give a lure a flick. It was a bit of a challenge getting in here. There's a few spots in. It's a real rabbit warren getting into this spot. Will Burrow, Will Berman or something. Beach Lookout. Actually, I don't think we're at the lookout. I think we're a bit further along because we've got a bit lost in the tracks. It's going to be a bit of a challenge getting out. 2 or 3 tracks we had to reverse back and try a different angle because I'm still only running standard tyres, so the traction's not fantastic. And I don't want to. You can't air those tyres down, those factory tyres down too much. As it is, they belly out, and the sidewalls are like bloody rice paper. So you've got to be so careful. But beautiful spot here. We're the only one here for as far as I can see. Someone has been here earlier on today or yesterday by the looks. There's some tracks about, but you can hear the ocean roaring in. It's just fantastic. Barnes is loving it. You having a good time, Barnes? That's what it's about, mate, isn't it? About living the dream. I watch Barnes because sometimes he goes down a little bit further, and more than and at least once the swells come in to topple it over, and I'm worried that he might get dragged out. So I always keep an eye on him on the beach. I've never seen so many blue bottles on the beach as we've got here. Look, they're just little ones, but they're just everywhere. In the weed and such, and it was a bit like that yesterday too, actually. So me and Barnes are going to enjoy the beach a bit. I might give you a quick run around the cruiser then. I might give you a quick run around the DMax. It's come along. It's nearly ready for touring. It's only going to be a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm heading north. And I'm going to go away for a bit because she'll pretty much be ready. I just got to get a new set of tyres on. I don't want to be doing any touring in those tyres, especially if I go inland Leonora to see the friends and look at some old mining sites and that. But old Barnes is just loving it. Barnes, come get a drink. Here he comes. Make sure he knows where the water is, and then we'll go for a walk around the point there. But yeah, really nice along here. Come and have a drink, mate. That's the boy. He knows where the water is now. So blue bottles. The water must on high tide must wash right up to here. Anyway, enough waffling on. Let's get back to the car and start thinking about going home. Been a great day, enjoyed it. A little bit of adventure driving. Never been here before. Oh, Barnes is loving it. As long as we're on the beach somewhere, it doesn't matter. Barnes loves it. Alright, so we're back up at the car. Now, I was only saying that there must be an easy way in and out, because just as I was walking out the car, a fella come through here and come along here, so I might follow him, because I'm suspecting that that's a much better track, because he had a big tandem trailer on. But so a few changes to the DMax. I'll give you a quick look before I leave. Couldn't ask for a better spot to get a rundown of the Mighty D, but look beautiful. What a day! Not a breath of air, and that wind's quite that. Not a breath of wind, not a breath of air. It's just a beautiful day, and that sun's got a bit of sting in it. It's probably about 23, 24 degrees, I'd say now, because I'm actually sweating a little bit, and you feel that sun's quite warm. But I'll open this door. So fairly simple in the back. So I've got Barnes's bed here. I've got this cover on, waterproof cover for the back. That's Barnes's bed that I have a couple of blankets in, so it's easy to clean out, pull out, throw the sand out of it. Over there I've got some camera gear and, you know, a couple of other things, tyre repair kit and such. There'll be a little bit of other stuff going in. My drones, I sit on the floor in the front, and my laptop when I take it with me. So it's not going to be too cluttered in here, and I want to keep it that way. I've learned to live pretty simply, actually, and there's so much stuff we used to take that I never used to use. The DMax is just cutting it. Jeez, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful on the sand, and it's got a rock crawl feature that I used, and that works fantastic. Diff locks works really good. Very happy with the diff lock. Engages quickly. Full drive engages and disengages really fast. No, unlike my old bus, my 2009 DMax. That you have to wait 30-40 seconds for it to click in, and even then you might have to, you know, clutch in and clutch out. It wasn't ideal. So you've seen the rack if you watch my previous videos. These are two camp chairs. Drifter, of course. I love the Drifter chairs. I reckon these are the best chairs that you can get. Value for money. People say they're a bit expensive, but I've got to tell you, that chair there is like 4 years old, and it's been all over the country. It's been to Cape York. In fact, the guys tried to tip me backwards out of that chair, and she held together and still going strong. This one's about 12 months old. I bought myself a second one because Barnes needs one, and who knows, I might bump into a lady somewhere that wants to spend an evening with me. I doubt it. So the tub rack is working a treat. I've got a, down under there, we'll have a look from the other side, I've got a 60 litre Drifter Stockton bladder. Now those bladders as good as any as far as I'm concerned. I've had this bladder, we'll go around the other side and have a look, but you can see it down in there. She's about half empty. Holds 60 litres that bladder, and it's Drifter Stockton bladder. I've got one of the bags, protection bags that you can get for them now. I've had that nearly 3 years. It's bounced around the back of the cruiser, it's bounced around the back of my dot, it's been to Cape York. It's probably done 60,000 Ks, that bladder, and it's touch wood, it's never missed a beat. I've got two of them, but I'm only using one in here. So I got that nice and forward, 60 litres in there, so 60 kilos in front of the axles. There's some hoses in that, and extension cords. My fishing bucket, my 60 litre fridge, which is now on a slide. The Max Tracks with the Drifter Stockton, the Max Tracks with the Drifter bag. I've got 4 Max Tracks in there. Love it. I only put the pins on one end, so I only got the pins on that end, and I just put a strap on this end. It makes them so much easier to get on and get off, and they don't go anywhere with the bag over them. 60 litre fridge now on a fridge slide. There's a bit of rubbish in the back that I've picked up off the beach, you know, and you can tell there's a couple of old 2 litre water bottles there, and you can see they're off the beach because they're covered in these things. But I was looking for that. I'll put that back on me right in a minute. All my fishing gear there. I love these straps, guys. I got them from Bunnings, but I imagine you get them from other places. But these straps, you can get them in lengths all the way up to 90 centimetres, I think, and I just love them. They just work so well. And this black one I've had for 2 years, and it's starting to perish a little bit, but hardly anything. So I use a really quick release. They're just so easy to undo and so easy to do up, and they're always tensioned because they're rubber. Hopefully Drifter might start getting those in, because they're so much better than the pull down straps for that sort of thing. I've got my mount up on the roof for the Starlink. but eventually I'm going to go to the flat mount Starlink. But while I've got my current Starlink, I'll run that till she wears out. I've got 3 of these front runner boxes, 2 stacked on top of each other. One is all my cooking gear, one is miscellaneous gear. This one is my pantry. I keep everything in containers, and it sits perfect that way. And the good thing about sitting it that way is I've got, you know, a big bottle of olive oil in there, and anything that needs to stand upright, because they're not very deep, will sit in there. It's a perfect pantry. I'll pull that out, open it up, drop it on the deck, and I've got my pantry. I've got my big table there. Behind that I've got a little drifter table that I use for putting next to my chair. I bought the XTM. They had these on special actually. There's a sale on them. I don't know how well they're going to fare being out in the weather most of the time, although there's a 170 watt solar panel on the roof there that gives us a bit of protection, so it covers the instrument side of things. But I bought this one because of this reason. It's got the slide out table, and it just slides out perfectly like that. I often use it to cut bait on. Needs a little bit of a clean, but it's just so easy to use. Slips out. And I do have another cutting board in my pantry set, and I've got another cutting board in the bucket, but this just works a deal for a quick stop. I sit my fishing gear on the back, park down on the beach, and I've got everything I need. Car's going to need a really good wash when I get back today, over the weekend. So I'll push that back in, put the lock down. Fridge slides right out here as well, which is great. Drifter Stockton. Now I'll do a review on the Drifter Stockton swag. I bought one of the new swags, one of the new swag tents, the dome tents. I did have the RS1, but I was never very, as easy as it is set up, I was never very happy with sleeping in it. You couldn't see the sky or anything. So I bought one of those just the other day. I've only used it once. The mattress is really comfortable actually, great mattress in them. And it's got like almost like a, what would you call it, like a moleskin cover on the top surface, not plastic, which is fantastic. I'll do a review on these once I've got it set up. I've got the Drifter Stockton's stretcher as well. Now, that's the third stretcher I've had in the last 5 years. The first one I had was crash pad, which was okay. Pretty heavy and a bit of a trick to set up. But you had to put these bars on the end, and I always found if I tried to move it or anything, I'd always knock those bars off. And I had another one that I got with the RS1, which was purpose built for the RS1. That was the same deal, really heavy. And you put the bars on the end, and they always seem to pop off for me if I'm trying to move it or something. The Drifter Stockton, and I have slept in those stretchers at Luke's place actually when I've stayed over, because he did have 4 of them in the spare room for stayovers, and they're really comfortable. But the great thing about them is they fold out themselves. You don't need to lock anything at the end. They just fold out and tension themselves, and you just slide a bit of a lock on. Well, you don't even have to use it, but there's just a little bar on each side you can put up to stop a little bit of rock, but I found that I didn't need it. But they're so much lighter. They'd be half the weight of the other 2 stretchers, and they're just so easy to put up, and no ginassing around with poles on the end or forget to put poles back in the bag as such. So my fishing gear here, I've got to work out some way to mount my rods. I've got a big hole in there for miscellaneous gear that I might want to throw in. There's a little bit of gear I need to put in. I've got a fire pit in there, one of the Drifter Stockton round fire pits that I love. I prefer those to the other style fire pit that Drifter have. And they're much more contained, and they're really good to cook on. I often use a wok when I'm cooking out bush, and they just work a treat, and they work really well as long as you keep them cleaned out and keep the airflow going. Like I said, I've wired these lights up, so I've got lights on the back. I've got to do a trip to Drifter next week in Drifter in Perth. This is Drifter down at Canning Vale. They got a full stock in there of everything. I actually helped set that shop up. It's a great shop. Not everything I buy is Drifter. So that solar panel, it's not a Drifter solar panel. Now I was going to buy a Drifter solar panel because I'm really not. I've had a Red Arc one which is meant to be the best, and it lasted about 6 months and pooed the bed. So I swore I'd never, and I paid 3 times as much for that as what I paid for the other one. I had a Drifter Stockton solar panel on my cruiser, and that worked just fine. But the reason I went with, this is an iTech, and I do like the iTech gear, but I went with the iTech solar panel on this purely and simply because they had a massive sale on, and I think it was still $90 cheaper than the Drifter one. They had a huge sale on, and they were flogging these things off for, I can't remember how much it was, just a bit over $100 I think it was, for 170 watt quality solar panel. And when I went in there was a line of people that had one of those storehouse trolleys that they wheel around, and it must have had about 40 on one there, and there was just a line of people coming in and taking them. In fact, I bumped into a fella in the car park when I was walking out with my solar panel, and he said, I'm going in to get one of those, and I go, mate, you want to be quick, they're flying off the shelf. They were so cheap. So I didn't buy the Drifter Stockton one only because I got this one so cheap. Otherwise I would have bought the Drifter Stockton solar panel. There's nothing wrong with their solar panels. Battery box was the same, an iTech World battery box, because they had a massive sale on that. $900 for a 100 amp hour battery, and the battery box with the DC-DC and solar controller. You know, it was cheap, $890 or something on sale at the time. So I've got that in there. That is going to change. That's just a temporary measure. Like I said, I'm just going to see how this goes, and eventually a canopy is probably going to go on here. And I'm just working out what I need and how this setup's going to go. I may end up just getting this covered, going to Drifter and getting a canvas cover made for this and sticking with this, but it's not going to keep the dust out. So I'm probably going to go for a canopy. The 60 litre water bladder pushes down the side. I've just simply typed it up in the channel there. These channels are great for hiding gear away in. Comes up in the side, and I've got myself a shower or wash down point there. It's great for washing my fishing gear off, and I just use that to hold it in place while I'm travelling so it doesn't fall out of the clip. My swag, that needs to change. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I'm thinking I might just have a couple of loose straps there that can come around it, but I don't really want a lump on top. I want to keep the wind drag down as much as possible, and I don't want to shade that solar panel. So I'm still working out what I'm going to do with the dome tent swag, but I'll work that out. Still got to work out how I'm going to mount these. I need a mount point for those. Probably going to be up here somewhere. Drifter Stockton, I've had one of these before. It was on my cruiser, and I sold it to a friend up in Leonora when I bought the 270 awning for the cruiser, but I won't be putting 270 on here until I get a canopy on, I think, because that does the job fine. A little bit more awkward to put up, and obviously you have when it's windy it's not as joyful, but I've got that with a wall. They're quite cheap actually, and they're good. I've had one before, they work just fine, and they're quite durable. So I've only recently put that on. I've mounted a bit high to give me some roof clearance and to give me some head clearance. So these aren't the brackets that come with it. These are another set of brackets I had, but I use these to get it higher because I've got this mounted quite low because I didn't want it sticking up above the roof. So this is about level with the roof. So the standard brackets, the awning would rub on the side of the roof basically. So I had these for another purpose. So I'll put these on, and it's allowed me to lift the awning nice and high, so I've got plenty of clearance. Plus it gives me a bit more headroom. So that's about it, guys. There's a few other bits and pieces in here. My Drifter shovel kit. Oh, I've had that probably 6 years, and look how good. It was always in the back of the cruiser, and honestly I didn't use it a great deal. I only used a small shovel a lot out bush. But so it hasn't seen much sun. It's going to see a bit now. You can see the swags in there. There's a bit of other gear on the swag. You can see the water that's dripping out the end of that swag. So it's not ideal. I'm going to dry it out today. Now we've got a beautiful day, and we'll sort that out. I figure as soon as I drove down here, I thought, what a great camping spot. We're pretty much done with the DMax, but I thought, what a great camping spot. And then I got out and had a look at this rubbish here. I'm going to throw that in the back of the car, take it away with me. But one thing that I'm not going to be able to fix is, look at the glass, guys. Glass and rubbish everywhere. Someone's been camping here. There's old tinny tops. Look, there's bottles that roll down there. There's bits of rubbish everywhere. Oh, a bit of rain coming in, not just a sun shower. But look at all the rubbish that here is, guys. It's an absolute shame. I shouldn't be walking around here bare feet, but rubbish just everywhere. Come on, guys, what a disappointment. Bit of a fire pit there that somebody never lit, but what a disappointment. You know, to come here and see such a beautiful spot, beautiful natural spot, just fantastic, and to see it destroyed by rubbish. I wouldn't be going to walk across there in bare feet because it's just glass everywhere. I mean, look at the glass here. You know, look at it. Looks like, actually that looks like a shattered window. So I don't know what the deal is there. But it's a damn shame, guys, that bloody lid. It's a damn shame, guys, you know, to see it like this. It's I haven't seen this anywhere else walking along the place. The beach is really tidy apart from debris that's washed up from the ocean, you know, like a couple of old ropes with you know, with floats on them and that. But this is just a little sun shower coming in. It's really quite nice. Anyway, that's enough. I'll pick up that bit of rubbish there and throw it in the back of the ute. Get rid of it. Look at that. I mean, honestly, it would have came in the car. Why wouldn't you take it out? Yeah, what a shame. So I've thrown that bit of rubbish in. I'll pack up now. Barnes is keeping his water down, and he's calmed down a bit, had a bit of a rest. So I'll get him in the back of the car, and I'm going to follow that trailer. It's a bit of a breadcrumb where he's gone along, because I'm hoping that it probably takes us to a nice easy way out. Alright, we're going to get going. We're going to head off. It's been great down here, been here a couple of hours. I'll just have a look at the sign over here. Oh no, I thought that sign was saying a track, but it says something else. What does it say? Oh, it's a recovery sign. Alright, so I've just walked over this way. Barnes, come here, Barnes. Come here. Come on, we're not going down the beach. You've had enough. So I've just walked over. They've got a recovery. Barney, stay here. So I've just walked over to a recovery sign here. Very good. I should take a photo of that. West Side Recovery. Team, I'm just having a breather because I said I was going to follow that bloke because he was dragging a big tandem trailer and he must know a good way out. And I came down this track and I was almost going to stop, and I thought, no, if he's got through, I'll get through, no worries. I've been digging about an hour because it is so soft here. I came down and I was pretty much straight away. I'm sitting on the axle, sitting on the diff, and sitting on the diffs and the chassis. So I've been digging out for about an hour. I'm nearly there. Hopefully I can get myself back up there. If not, I might have to take another run down here, but I tried to turn hard and I just drifted straight down into that real soft stuff. So I'm down to 20 pound. I've got the 4 max tracks out. I'm digging everything away from the chassis because I'm just sitting on the chassis and the diffs, and about another half hour I reckon, and we'll give it a crack. It's probably about 4 o'clock, I think. I'm going to give it another crack. I think I'm just going to work my way back up, and because she looks pretty soft all the way up there. I don't know how he managed to get up there, and he's only in a dual cab too. You can see where he's gone up here, but yeah. Anyway, I'll keep digging and hopefully we can get out before. I don't think the tide comes up this high. I hope not anyway, but I should be out before then. All right, let's keep going, and hopefully we'll be out soon. Whew. Well, you probably can't see it in the GoPro, but there's the hole. Look at all the sand I had to move. Wow. Whew. Oh, haven't worked that hard since I was in the trade. Anyway, we got back up the hill. I think we should be good now. I'm going back the other way. I'm not going to try this way again. It's too late in the day. And I don't know how that fella got around with his trailer. I really don't. Unless I've missed him. But it looks like he did go up that way. I'm a bit puffed now. But I'm out. Oh. Oh, that was a bit of fun. Oh, I won't be doing that again. I nearly didn't come down here. When I looked and seen, I thought, oh nah, you know, I've only got road tyres on and I ain't got no clearance, you know, I'm still on standard suspension. I thought, oh no, you got around with the trailer, I'll just hook it in there. But I tried to come in down here, I tried to swing in tight because you can see how firm it is up here. And I thought, oh, if I can swing in tight, I'll get up there. I think that's where his trailer's gone. And yeah, as soon as I got down here, the sand sort of got hold of me and pulled me over that way, and it ended up down here. And I stopped and I went to go back a bit. You can see how much I sunk just trying to get out of there, and then I was going okay, and then I got to here and just like that she went down. But look, we all know that it's a plane. We all know that, you know, once you start to sink, get off that throttle, don't dig yourself in. But honestly, I was moving and it just happened that fast that I thought, oops, come off the throttle, and when I got out, I was on the chassis, and that was it. I wasn't going to pay $500 to get recovered anyway. I was happy to dig myself out all the way to the top of that hill if I had to. And if I got up there and it's starting to get dark, I was going to camp. I was going to set up camp here and do a bit of fishing. And because I found a bottle washed up on the beach and it's got some big cockle shells on it, so at least there'd be a little bit of bait there. And I probably would end up able to catch a bit of bait and then get out and maybe catch a feed, because I've got no food either. At least I got water. But anyway, I want to get out of here. It's oh no, it's probably I thought it was a bit later. It's only about 3:30 I think. And but I want to get turned around. It's going to take me an hour and a half to get out of here. I'm going to find a way out because I followed that bloke into disaster. And I'll pack up and I'll get going. This will be the last adventure of this episode, I can tell you. Oh dearie me. But just goes to show, you know, like, if you persist and keep out it, you can get out of it. All you need is maxi tracks and a decent shovel and a bit of elbow grease, and all's good. I thought it was going to take me a while to get out of there. I didn't know how I was going to go, but the thing is, be persistent, get it all away from the chassis. Don't half-heart it. Do the job properly the first time. And it doesn't matter if there's still a little bit under the diff and that, because as long as you got it away from the back, as soon as you start moving, it'll just push over that anyway. But yeah, we're out. We're going home. That's the end of this episode. Thanks for following along, guys. Stay tuned. Be many more adventures to come, and hopefully none as exciting as this. Take it easy, guys. Catch you later. Woo! I'm going to have a beer when I get home after every shower. I am knackered. Kangaroo Edward. Woo! See you guys.